Introducing the only instant classic wrestling podcast show that has actually been on time every time. It is your weekly top 6 countdown, the ICWP 6-pack. Oh, does it feel good to be on this side of the ICWP 6-pack? I didn't know I was hosting this one. I was not prepared, and Casey was like, so this is yours. Good luck. And I was like, I got this. I guess I did come up with this particular portion of the 6-pack, so that makes sense. Every time we get to the end of the month, we're just going to go top 6 wrestlers of the month because it makes sense. Top 6 wrestlers of the month even. Whatever company you watched over the month of, let's just say April, hypothetically speaking, because that is this month, that's the ones, pick 6 of them that you just really liked and put them in order. And there we go. I think this might be the only one that's actually going to be somewhat in order, I guess. But let's jump right into it. My number 6 superstar is, and probably just because I want to say this, but my top 6 superstar is the Iconic Matt Hardy. I think with Matt Hardy, and if we would have been doing this months in advance, he probably would have been higher than 6. But I think Matt Hardy is one of those guys who's been thrown around so much and been put behind Jeff Hardy in that freaking shadow, and he finally got a chance to bust through it when he beat EC3 for the title. And he's been really going good with this heel run. He just lost the title, so that's why he's at number 6. But I think he's still doing well. He's still, for his age and his knees and everything, he's putting on good matches to me. A lot of people don't give him a lot of credit, but I like him a lot. So my number 6 is the Matt Hardy. Casey.
Wow. You need to stop doing that. You're gonna hurt your throat. You're gonna throw up. It's gonna be weird. But I didn't even put these technically in order. I just did 6. So whatever. I'm gonna say Austin Aries is my 6. I feel like we haven't seen a ton of him since he came to WWE, but I mean, he had a good debut. He came in like he owned the place. He was super over. There was it didn't feel like there was any it felt like he belonged there, and he's had good matches since he's been there. I think it's been over a month, but still, I still don't know why he's on NXT. But, he's just been really good. I feel like they need to book him more. But then again, it is NXT, and they try to get different guys on every week, so you're not seeing the same guys over and over again. But I just want to see more of him in WWE and see what they really do with him. But
it's not bad. Well, I'm going in the women's division here. It's no shocker, it's Becky Lynch. Given the TV time she's had in April, not too much, but Superstars and Main Event, she's had a few matches. She's done well with it. Proven she deserves to be a little bit higher up in the food chain in the women's division. But I think she can get a good run going if they ever give her a chance. So, mine's Becky. That's why she's 6. They're not pushing her well.
All right. Well, let's move to number 5. And I think this is going to be one that rubs Amy a little bit the wrong way. But I'm going to do it anyway. My number 5 is Baron Corbin.
Oh!
He made his debut at the beginning of the month at WrestleMania. And he's actually been pushed really well. He's looked pretty good to me. I've liked his promos on the main roster. He hasn't cut much. But I like his presence on the main roster. He's just looked really dominant, which is something we haven't seen from a Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner in ever. So hoping they keep this going. It's nice to see a younger guy win it. Well, Cesaro technically won it. He was younger, but nice to see a younger guy win it after Big Show. So I'm hoping they give him a chance because I'm high on Baron Corbin. So I'm hoping. I'm just hoping. That's why I'm putting him as my number 5. Casey.
My number 5 is going to be AJ Styles. He's Not to be cliche, but he's been phenomenal since he came in. You know, I know I've talked, back in his last couple of months, this was a while back in TNA, he was kind of getting stale, and we were wondering if he lost his kind of, you know, flair, I guess. But then, he went to New Japan. It seemed like a refresher for him. And then coming to WWE seems like an even bigger refresher for him. There's not much that he hasn't done already in his career. And WWE is one of those things that he hasn't conquered yet. And he's come in really strong. Surprisingly, they've booked him really well. I know me and DJ both weren't sure because we know Vince likes to basically ignore any other company, especially TNA. So we thought he was just going to get buried. Surprisingly, he hasn't, and he's been really good since Mania. But Amy?
My number 5 goes to my boy Dean Ambrose. Unfortunately, the man has been losing horrifically, but the tag team matches he's had recently with Sammy against Kevin and Chris are pretty good, and I love the Ambrose Asylum. Can't go wrong with that. Potted plant protection. Come on now. But no, he's upped his lunatic fringe character up pretty well since the Brock Lesnar fight, and I think he's just progressively getting better. And yeah, he's my boy. Go 5.
Careful around the plant. Just be careful.
Yeah. Careful. He gave it to Shane to protect.
Yeah.
Come on.
Alright, number 4. Number 4 and 3 for me were kind of hard. But number 4, like number 4 and 3 for me were kind of hard as far as order are concerned. But number 4, I'm going Cesaro. I've liked what he's done since he came back. He made a splash pretty much immediately. I'm just trying to figure out where can I get some of those rip away pants. I just want to walk into a room and rip my pants. Well, no, but but I feel like Cesaro has made a splash, just coming back and hitting people with uppercuts, ripping off his pants. Even you could say. But I think, and it's interesting because I don't know if they're trying to do this, but to me, he's been really painted as a world champion a little bit to me with the suit and everything, like a not necessarily a corporate champion, but just you dress kind of more stylish when you become world champion. So I think they've done a good job of kind of booking him as a world champion, even as he came back. But I'm liking him a lot. I'm wondering what they're gonna do with him. He's not on this next upcoming pay-per-view, as we know, but I wonder if they're gonna maybe add him in or something. Casey.
Sorry, I'm just trying to comprehend the fact that you basically just said you want to be able to rip your pants off in public.
A live feed.
Yeah, I mean, that officially, I think, gets rid of the notorious pistachio analogy. But anyway, number 4 for me is going to be Mike Bennett. I really like what they've been doing with him and Impact. We haven't seen. It feels like we haven't seen too much of him in ring. And kind of like we said on our Impact review, I don't think he's that strong in ring, but he's his mic skills have been really good. I think Maria kind of helps him out a little bit, kind of adds that little extra to his character. But I like what they've been doing with him, and it's kept me entertained. It's kept me intrigued in the storylines and everything. I keep getting excited with what they're doing with him. I keep wanting to come back every week and see what they're gonna do with them.
But do you believe in miracles?
I do. I believe in miracles.
Horrible.
Amy, do you believe in miracles?
I do believe in miracles. I do have to say that. Not in Bo Dallas, but I believe in miracles.
Shameful, shameful, shameful. Number 4, Amy.
We don't want the boat train.
All right.
Boat train.
God, no. 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 Now, I'm going all the way to the Indies in the UK. She made her name. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Sweet Saraya Knight. Anyone?
Yep.
Anyone? Okay.
Yep.
Very good. Mainly out of WAW, which is World Association Wrestling, but she also owns Bellatrix and does there's a British version of ECW wrestling, and it's called TNT. It's very good. For a 26-year pro vet in her 40s, she can still kick some ass in the ring and will take you to another level. She's been recently, they've been promoting more of their brand. They're getting TV pilots, so she's been wrestling more and taking on the likes of like Victoria, very former WWE diva or wrestler. Sorry, stupid diva stuck in my head. But no, she will suplex you, bite an ear off, or hit you with the table and prove you wrong and kick your ass in the same moments. So tough chick. She's my number 4.
I like it. I like it a lot. My number 3, I'm gonna go with Kevin Owens. I like Kevin Owens a lot. I like we've said with Mike Bennett, he has that presence about him. He's just like normal for like he's just normal, but it's not like a boring normal where it's like this is generic. I like it a lot with Kevin Owens, and he's got that mean savage Twitter game as well, and I'm a fan, but I think Kevin Owens has just done good things on the main roster. He keeps me interested. When I get bored with Raw, sometimes I hear his music and I get a little bit more interested. I'm hoping they're setting him up for a world title run at some point. That'd be great. Because I'm loving the Sami Zayn Kevin Owens feud right now. I'm kind of wondering how that's going to end / progress. But I'm going number 3, Kevin Owens. Casey.
All right, for my number 3, we might have to call Miley because we have to go overseas to Japan, and I don't know how to get there. I'm not sure exactly how to get there, so I'm gonna have to ask her. But we're going with Kenny Omega. I think in general in wrestling, he's kind of a little bit kind of underestimated, I guess. He's really good in the ring. He's phenomenal on the mic. He's really charismatic. I'm surprised WWE hasn't, tried to pick him up. Because it feels like, and we've said this also, in the past couple of years, WWE has finally discovered the indies. It feels like, signing all these indie guys from, New Japan. Even though I don't really like to consider New Japan indies, because to me it's really not indies. But he's just one of those guys that you kind of, when he's on your TV, you can't not watch him. Whether he's in a match, whether he's doing a promo, he's just one of those guys you kind of you gravitate to. But definitely a good member of the Bullet Club now that AJ's gone. Finn Balor obviously has been gone for a while, and it feels like they didn't have that kind of I don't want to say leader, but that kind of charismatic type of guy in the Bullet Club, and he kind of took kind of the place of AJ Styles. So Kenny Omega gonna be my number 3, and that rhymed because I don't know. I'm gonna stop trying to. There was gonna be another rhyme with like a dime or time or something, and it was gonna be weird. So,
Lord.
Amy.
All right. Well, I'm going with a former New Japan pro wrestler in Shinsuke Nakamura. I mean, come on now. Amazing debut against Sami Zayn in NXT TakeOver Dallas. Cannot deny that man has phenomenal talent. I was intrigued the entire match. I'm kind of upset that he couldn't take everything, his movesets from New Japan into this. But he had a good portion of it, I think, to show the strong side. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to see what they actually do with him. He hasn't, competition-wise in NXT, it's kind of rough to compare him with down there. So maybe him and Austin Aries, that'd be kind of good match. But I hope they allow him to do his fast pace. Because in New Japan, when he was fast, had that fast pace, you just couldn't stop. You couldn't turn, sneeze, whatever. It was phenomenal, and I love it. So Shinsuke 3. What's up?
All right. So number 2 for me is Drew Galloway, a guy who got thrown away by WWE and has reached superstardom like most people do when they go to TNA from WWE and they're underutilized. Has reached superstardom, which he should have because he's a very talented guy. I've liked his matches with Kurt Angle, even before he got the title. He just recently won the title. Match with Matt Hardy was good. Well, not that particular match, but I definitely think he's just. I've already been a believer, but I think he's made a believer out of other people, now he's got the title to just solidify that he's just not that guy from the 3-man band anymore. So I'm going number two, Drew Galloway. Casey.
All right. I might possibly be cheating with a tie. Maybe. Possibly. But it's not like we haven't cheated in ties on the 6-pack before. So both of these, we've kind of got to go overseas because, first of all, we're going to go with Roderick Strong. I say overseas because the last show I saw him in was a New Japan show. But Roderick Strong, I seem to always, be a fan of Roderick Strong. He's just really good in the ring. He's good on the mic too, but he's just a really good in-ring technician. I always say, for some reason, he reminds me of Dean Malenko. And then my other, we're going to go a little bit more into the indies with Zack Sabre Jr. He's just a phenomenal in-ring competitor. I've seen him in multiple different promotions. Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, I think Pro Wrestling Noah was in for a while. He's going to be in the Cruiserweight tournament that WWE is having in July, I think it is, June or July. So I'm excited about that, to finally get him more, and get a bunch of guys some more like mainstream kind of site, because there's still a lot of WWE fans who don't either care about the indies, they all only care about WWE, or just don't know how to watch these indie matches, all these indie promotions. But he's definitely one of those guys that if you haven't heard of him, you definitely want to go check him out. That's Amy, whatever number we're at, 2.
2. And how fitting, I have a tag team at number 2. Going back to the UK because I love British wrestling, and my tag team is the team of Zack and Roy Knight, who are called the UK Hooligans. Possibly, maybe you've heard of them. Possibly, I don't know. But they are the brothers of Paige and the sons of Saraya Knight. Hence, there's a family theme in my favorites. But recently they were doing some work with PCW UK. Had some great tag team matches. I believe one of them was just a no disqualification match, and they ended up using tables, sending this guy through a table with a modified 3D, and they did a version of the Dudley's What's Up, but with an elbow drop to the middle instead of a headbutt. It's pretty cool. But they're a young developing tag team. Over the past couple years, I've watched them progress, and honestly, I think they should be in NXT. Be a great new addition to the tag team circuit down there, which doesn't have much besides, Alpha, whatever the heck they're called, Chad Gable, Jason Jordan, American Alpha, that's it. But no, they're phenomenal. They can stand with, honestly, any world-class tag team, in my opinion. Check them out. Either WAW or PCWK recently.
All right. So, number one, the moment we've all been waiting for. So, my number one for the month of April, it's obviously Roman Reigns, guys. No, my number one is Shinsuke Nakamura. He's had two matches, and I'm already in love. I was in love before. I knew him before he came to WWE, especially from Ring of Honor, from the matches I've seen of him from Ring of Honor, and I've seen one or two from New Japan. But I feel like he's only had two matches, and I'm already in love. I'm already excited to see the next one. And when you can make me say, "Why are you here?" When I reacted to his debut in NXT, why is he even in NXT? I don't understand. But I think Shinsuke Nakamura has had, or Shinsuke Nakamura, or as Justin say, Shinsuke. I'm just gonna stop there. But I think he's had the best month. We haven't seen much from him, but from what we've seen, it's been really good. So. Casey.
All right, not my number one is really the only one that you really need to care about. Because she's my girl. Even though she broke my heart. I get it. Apparently she's. I've heard rumors she's engaged. I don't know if it's true. But she is the boss.
I knew it.
She is the boss, Sasha Banks, and I get it. I know the guy that she's apparently engaged to. He's a cool guy. I get it. But it's just she needs to drop the zero and get with the hero. I'm just saying. But no, she's honestly probably one of the best, if not the best, women that WWE has right now. And she's been like that for so long. I've even watched a bunch of her indie matches before she got to WWE, and they're good. And when you can watch somebody's indie matches and be like, wow, that was really good, there's something special about them. Because a lot of these guys, you watch their indies matches and they're good, but they're nothing special. But I think she's always been really good. And the surprising part is, I shouldn't even say this in a negative way, but she is Snoop Dogg's cousin. But they haven't used that. That's one thing I like about her is that, she doesn't really use that to, get to where she's been. She's, it's been hard work. She's earned everything that she's got. And it shows. She's one of the best that they have. They haven't done too much with her, it feels like, this past month since Mania, which they should have, because come on. I guess they're gonna wait till SummerSlam to give her the belt, from what I've heard, rumors. But she's just one of the best. She's probably gonna be on my list every month because she's that good. And, because maybe then she'll finally see this and she'll realize that, she needs some of this.
Well, shoot, can I add a person into my... Anyway, Amy.
Do not add JoJo. She's not a wrestler. She couldn't...
She counts.
In NXT.
She counts.
No, she doesn't. All right, Amy.
She might add a training order to Casey is what might happen.
No, that is not... That is no. No.
So much love for you, Casey. There's so much love. She's a good pick for number one. I'm not going to deny that. I am a fan of the boss. I'm not going to deny that. But I got to go with Sami Zayn. Come on now. The man has had some crazy good matches this month. And you're wearing. I mean, let's go back to AJ versus Sammy. Who could take their eyes off the TV? Anybody? Come on now. He's got phenomenal talent, and though they're not setting up the whole Kevin Owens Sami Zayn feud thing, well, it's going to be one of the, if not the best match at Payback, I think. But the high flyer, with all his interesting, innovative offense as well, with the tornado DDT through the bottom ropes around by the turnbuckle, is pretty amazing, I do have to say. And I love the Blue Thunder Bomb. I swear he had AJ spinning like 3 or 4 times before he landed that power bomb. I mean, the hula kick, come on now. Better than the broke. Ugh. But I gotta go with my boy Sami. Sami Zayn for the win this month. He had the best match in my opinion this month. Though it's shocking I'm not putting a woman up there because I was tempted. I was tempted because of WrestleMania. That match was just too good, in my opinion. I hated the ending, but that match was pretty damn good. But it would have been Becky Lynch. Sorry, Casey. It would have been Becky Lynch at 1.
Well, my honorable mention.
Sasha Banks probably would have been 5. I love the boss, but I have watched Rebecca Knox from the beginning. Well, technically Rebecca Quinn, but when she's in Indies and Ireland and England and Shimmer through Chicago, she was Rebecca Knox and tore the house down. An explosive Irish ass kicker. Sorry. I know, I can see the disappointment in your face. Mercedes KB is pretty badass. I will have to say that. I did watch her in New Bound and throughout New York when she was there. I will give you that. But Rebecca Knox in the Indies would have destroyed Mercedes. I can see it. I'm sorry. It's the truth. I'm sorry. But had I put a woman up there, Becky would have been 1, not 6. I'm sorry, and it wouldn't have been Sasha. Sasha would have been down there. If I had a top 7, Sasha's in my top 7.
I think we need to talk about my honorable mention, though. I mean, she's had a phenomenal month. Alexa Bliss. Those matches that she hasn't had have been phenomenal. I know. I think she had like 1 match this month.
2, if you count a live show that you can watch on YouTube.
Oh.
I'm sure Casey watched it.
I actually didn't know.
Alrighty, so that was your 6-pack for the end of April. It's crazy. This year's going by pretty quickly. We're almost at the 5th month of the year, which means we're almost halfway through the year already. Oh my goodness. So who are your top 6 wrestlers of the month? Slash announcers slash JoJo, my number 1 always. Anyway, who are your top 6 of the month? And if you put them in the comments, if you have a top 6, you might have a top 3. I don't know. It's up to you. But if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow Amy and Miley on Twitter.
Don't follow Miley. She'll get you lost.
She'll get you lost if you need to go anywhere. But if you follow us on our dual account, I do have access to that. DD_Amy_Miley. Or ARB913. Whichever one works.
Whichever one. Alrighty. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Give us a like. We'll see you guys later.